Hello class, this is Algebra 1 and we're looking at a review warm-up. We're looking at graphing. So we're going to start out by graphing in in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is the form that we're probably most familiar with, and that is y equals mx plus b. So let me write that at the top for you. So that's how we're starting out. So in the first one, when I look at what matches up with my m, that would be like the 1 in front of x. That's my slope. My slope is 1 over 1. And then the b would be 2. That's my y-intercept. So I want to start at my y-intercept. My y-intercept is 2. So we're starting at 0, 2. That is my y-intercept. And then if my slope is 1 over 1, what that means, because those are both positive, is I'm going to move up and right. So from here, I'm going to move up 1 and 1 to the right. And I'm going to keep graphing that pattern. If I wanted to make more points to the left of my y-axis, I would go down 1 and 1 to the left. And that's because -1 divided by -1 is also just 1. We want to really fill up our graph with points. All right, and then you connect. If when you connect it gets really messy, talk to your teacher. You could probably just leave it. So you're supposed to try 2 on your own. So go ahead and pause and try that on your own. So on number 2, we start at 0, -5. That one's a little trickier because you have to realize that your y-intercept is a negative. My slope's still 1 over 1, so I'm still going to go up 1 over 1. All right, so there's our second one. Third one, we're working together again. So there's nothing after the x this time. It doesn't show a y-intercept, and that's because it is 0. So that means we're starting in the center. And my slope is a -1 over 3. Since the top number is negative, I'm going to move down 1, but the bottom number is right because it's positive. So I'm going to go down 1, 3 to the right. Down 1, 3 to the right. Remember when we're doing slope, just as a little review, you're counting like the number of spaces. So like after I move a square, that's when I count 1, or I move over 1, 2, 3. So I don't count that beginning. I count after I move a square. If I want to move in the opposite direction, I would switch my signs around again and make it 1 over -3, and that would be up and left. So usually I'll just do this for slope, and then I'll just look at my pattern and I'll say, well, what kind of points could I fill in to complete that? I don't really think about using a negative in a different spot. I'm just thinking about completing that pattern. So let's go ahead and connect that line. So you're going to try 4 on your own. Go ahead and pause. When you restart, I'll just do the quick graph. So this one's really similar. I have a -1/2 slope instead. So down 1, 2 to the right. And again, I'm still filling in all of my points. I like to do the down 1, 2 to the right, and then go the opposite direction and kind of fill in those points as well. So y equals 4. So a way to graph this is to make an xy table. This one's different. It's not in y equals mx plus b form. It says y is always 4, but it doesn't say anything about x. So I can make x be whatever I want. I'm going to pick 0, 1, 2. And so then I'm going to look at graphing these ordered pairs. Like my first ordered pair would be x is 0, y is 4. So when x is 0, y is 4. When x is 1, y is 4. When x is 2, y is 4. So I end up with a horizontal line, and it crosses the y-axis at 4. So you could, if you knew that, you could go up to 4 and you could just make yourself a horizontal line. And so it's interesting because people always expect it to be vertical because it's y equals something, but it's not, because it's crossing that y-axis 4. So it's like a line that's been moved up 4 units is what we've got going on. All right, next one you're going to graph on your own. So hopefully you graphed. I don't know why I just graphed that. I'm trying to do exactly what we did on the last one, probably really confusing you. Y equals -3 is going to cross my y-axis at -3. So I don't care if you make a table or not. If the table helps you, you could totally do that. So now we're looking at an x equals. I just got ahead of myself. And for the x equals, and this is not a y equals mx plus b either, my x is always -6. Y doesn't say what that has to be, so I'm going to fill in 0, 1, 2. So if my x is negative 6, my y is 0, negative 6 up 1, negative 6 up 2. So this time I end up with a vertical line, and it is crossing my x-axis at negative 6. So go ahead and try the next one. So 8 is already done. Go ahead and check that. Another vertical line. You can make a table. You don't have to make a table, but you can. There's different ways of solving 9 and 10. One way is to just always solve for y. So I could subtract 2x on both sides, so that negative 3y is equal to negative 2x plus 12. Now I know this is really weird because it just feels like 12 minus 2 should be 10. But what we have to think about is we're combining a 12 with an x thing, and the 12 does not have an x. They're not like terms. So really what we're doing when we subtract the 2x is we're effectively moving it to the other side of the equation. By zeroing it out on the left, we're moving it over to the right. And then because I want my line to be in y equals mx plus b form eventually, that's what I'm looking for, even though it seems like 12 minus 2x would make more sense, I want to write it as negative 2x plus 12. My last step on this problem is to go through and divide everything by negative 3. So that I have a y equals negative divided by negative is positive 2/3 x. 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. So now I have a line with a y-intercept at negative 4. So we're going to start it at 0, negative 4. That's what that means. And if my slope is 2/3, I'm going to go up 2 over 3. So 2/3 means I'm going up and right. And I could continue the pattern the other direction by moving down and left. And then we connect. Again, if you connect your lines and they get really messy, talk to your teacher. They probably just want you to skip it. So go ahead and pause and try 10 on your own. And then I am going to kind of talk my way through that one. So for 10, we want to subtract 4x on both sides because I want to get the y by itself. I want it to be in y equals mx plus b form. That means negative 2y is equal to negative 4x minus 14. So because I'm trying to get the y equals mx plus b, because I want the x part before the number, I'm writing it that way here. Now I want to divide everything by negative 2. So negative 2 divided by negative 2, y is now by itself. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is a positive 2x. Negative 14 divided by negative 2 is a positive 7. So I'm going to go up here to 7, and my slope is now up 2 over 1. And I'm, again, kind of going backwards with my slope and filling in more points. All right. Well, this is the end of our notes. This is just meant as a graphing review. We're not teaching you graphing for the first time. You've seen it. This is just a little refresher. And if you need help in class, don't be afraid to ask.